From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Hey folks, good morning. Hope you had a nice weekend so far. I certainly don't think today is going to buck the trend. I think we're doing fantastic out there. Temperatures a little bit cooler though than they were over the last couple of days. I don't think we're going to be seeing quite as many 90s, right? I think we're going to be staying there kind of in the mid 80s through the valley. We're talking all the way from Lakehead down to Chico, right? I think we're all going to be fairly consistent there. Out towards Siskiyou, Modoc County, we're going to be in the upper 60s, lower 70s with pretty much clear skies for the afternoon and evening. Eastern Mountains and Plumas County, same situation there. So we're going to be talking lower to mid 70s with great conditions out there. Lower fire conditions today, but still be careful with the sparks, right? If you have any outdoor plans, otherwise it's really not that big of a deal. But you know, when you get these dry conditions, these breezy conditions out here, it's something to keep an eye on. So why are we cooling down? So those are the last few days we saw some 90s, but we're not seeing that here anymore. So what's the deal? Well, the deal is that high pressure. It's starting to fade away and get replaced with cooler, low pressure air. Let me show you how that works over the next several days here. So this is why we're cooling down back to average, and in fact, maybe even a little bit below average here as we head out into the next 7 to 10 days. So this is that cooler air right here. Notice how as we head through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it starts to sag south and boom, check it out. That high pressure, it's no more, especially through Thursday, through Friday, through Saturday. That's whenever the real cooling trend starts to take hold as this cooler air starts to translate down and it pushes that high pressure way off to the west, kind of the anti-Pineapple Express, right? Usually when we get the Pineapple Express, that's a jet of moisture extending up into the area stemming from the western Pacific. No such luck here. I think it's actually the opposite. We're going to get that high pressure way off to our west, low pressure coming in from the northwest, so we're going to have those sharp northwesterly winds coming in here over the next 5 to 7 days. So like I said, cooling trend is the story, and let's visualize that, right? Over the next 7 days here, we stay pretty clear. I think we're staying pretty good, but the valley kind of is a good cross-section. You can kind of see that trend here, staying in the 80s for now. We get back down to the 70s here pretty quickly by the end of the week and into next weekend. So that's really that trend being shown. We're not going to get much cooler than that. I'm not talking some winter blast. We're done with that right here, but you can definitely kind of see it even along the coast. We got some lower 60s coming back in, but those are going to be, had the kibosh put on them pretty quickly. We're going to be in the upper 60s, or well, upper 50s out there really over the next 7 days or so by Friday and Saturday. Head a little further inland, and you're not going to be seeing those 80s anymore. You're going to be back in the 60s there by Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Weaverville, also a good cross-section there. You might get some 80s over the next few days, but yeah, good luck getting out of the 60s here towards Friday and even beyond that time frame there. Of course, out through Mount Shasta City, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, that kind of area, you can really see that there. We're cooling off a good 15 degrees. Notice here through tomorrow, or really through today, through tomorrow, through Tuesday, you kind of hold those 70s, 60s, maybe even 50s by the end of the week, right? Out towards Modoc County, very similar story, 70s back to 60s, and Susanville, 70s, even near 80 for today, back down to the 60s, perhaps even lower by the end of the week. So like I said, I think maybe even some below average temperatures are possible. I think the extended term looks a little more active, but this week still looks pretty good out there. Thanks for joining me for this forecast update. I'll be back with you at midday for more Fresh from the Weather NorCal Command Center, and I'll speak to you soon.